underscore table of values. Let's call this with a simple name. So this is the definition of the table object, table of values. And like in the earlier case, we will do a binding to the DDIC structure. So we know that there is a standard DDIC structure called USMD underscore T underscore ATTR underscore value. So we assign this to our table object, and once this is done, then we go to create and navigate to object, and in this, so the object table for values data record will open, and here we will see that from the standard object we get the two variables, two elements, one for the attribute and another one for the value. So we don't need to make further changes in this, and we will activate this. So do you want to activate the table object? So we'll say yes, and now we'll press the back button. So after the definition of the variable table for values, we will then create a rule. So using this option insert rule, we will create a new rule, and within this rule definition, let's say call this as RL1 underscore determine a value. So in our case we will determine the status, so I can also write determine the status, determine the plant status, and then in the if statement for the rule, so before we define if, let's go to the first AND statement, and using the menu option within the context, we will then open the object query to add the relevant object. So within the our newly created table for values, we will open the structure and select the attribute. So we get the definition change value of the structure attribute, and here we will define a variable called material, and once then we'll click on the option, and then again using the context say more, and now we will define the second element, which is called value. So from the table of value, we will open the structure and we will select the characteristic value. So now in this case we need to define the value. So from the context we will select material, and then again we will use options, assign value, context, and then define more. So in the object query, we will then select our variable, which is